Okay, so let's talk about importing media. Remember, we have the media bin on the left. Remember, if we had some other tool selected in the Tools panel, we could click B to go right to our media bin. Right now, there's nothing in the media bin. If you had a recording, that recording would show up here, but we need to bring in other items. How do we do that? Well, you can see here that there's one quick and easy way to do that, and that's to click this Import Media button. That's way number one. Way number two is down here. There's a little plus sign so we can add media, and then it also tells us on this tooltip, Control and the letter I will let us import media. Another way we can do it is to right-click and choose Import Media. And another way to do it is to go up to File and choose Import and Media. And lastly, my favorite is to just drag it from Windows Explorer over to the media bin. So you can see here we're in the Camtasia Mastery course, and I might have this screen recording that I want to grab over. So that's my TREC file or my TechSmith recording file. If I scroll down a little further, I can find my MOV file. So this is the file I use to grab right off of my camera. And then further down, I have the audio file. This is an M4A file, which is just the audio, and I can drag that in. So dragging it to the media bin is my favorite way to add media. One of the things you can't do is you can't be in a different tab here and then try and drag in here, because it says, you can see that it has the not sign. You can't drag in to annotations, for example. You can only drag in when you have the media bin selected. So make sure that that's selected before you go over to Windows Explorer to grab that item and drag it in. And you don't just have to drag to the media bin. If you want to, you can drag from Windows Explorer directly to the canvas or directly to the timeline, and either of those options will still add your media to the media bin. So now I have some items in my media bin. I can see that it's laid out in this grid kind of fashion, and that's shown here. If instead I wanted to see the list, I could click on the list option, and now I see a list there. I also see that there's this thing called the library, and so there are other assets that I can bring in from the library. If I expand any one of these, it shows me some different options that I could bring in. So let's say I wanted to look at buildings, and I wanted to see what one of these houses looks like. So if I click on house, I don't see anything. If I double click out here to the right, nothing's happening. If I want to see them, well, I could rename it, but if I want to see them, I need to double click right on the item itself, right on the name of it or on the little icon next to it, and then it gives me this preview. So that's one way I can see, or I can preview the items that I have here in the library or even in my media bin. If I wanted to double click this one, it does bring up a preview, and you can see it's starting to play just that audio. Okay, so that's how we can see the different items that we've imported or that Camtasia comes with automatically. Now there's one more way I want to show you how to import media, but I'm going to save that for the next video, and then after that I'll show you how to get that media onto our canvas.